This week's Parsha is Parshas Lecha, and this week's video is sponsored L'ilui Nishmas, all the Kedoshim that lost their lives over the past 2.5 weeks, and as a schus for all the captives to be released immediately. There's a famous pasuk in this week's Parsha that Yossi Green already turned into a beautiful song. Vayoytze oisei achutza, Kadosh Baruch Hu takes Avram Avinu outside. Vayomer habetno hashamayma usvar es hakoychavim im tuchal lisparoisam. Look up at the heavens and count the stars if you're able to. Vayomer loy koyi zaracha, so will be your children. And the question is, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu have to take Avram Avinu outside in order to show him the stars? He understood the message. He got it. The fact is that the stars were representative of his descendants, that they were going to be so numerous to count and so sparkling so brightly, of such high spiritual stature like stars as opposed to the grains of sand that he also were compared to. But the stars were so beautiful, so large and so bright. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu need to take Avram outside? To show him that. He could have said it inside and Avram Avinu would have understood. So there's an answer given by Reb Meir Shapiro of Yeshivas Chachmei Lublin and the founder of the Daf Yomi, whose yahrzeit is this week. And he answers this question with another question. He says, if Hashem would tell someone to count the stars, would they say, Hashem, that's impossible? Or would they start counting it right away? Most people would say, that's impossible. I got the message. It's impossible to count them, and that's how many descendants there will be. Avram Avinu got it. But Avram Avinu didn't just get the message and say, God, you're right, I hear you, that's impossible, but okay, thank you for letting me know. What he did was, he started physically counting the stars. He started pointing one by one by one and started counting them. Says Reb Meir Shapiro, a lesson that the Torah is trying to teach us from Avram Avinu's actions. That no matter how impossible or difficult a situation may be, we have to persevere and push through it, because that's what a Jew does. When a Jew is faced with a difficult situation and can find no way out of it, it doesn't matter, they just forge forward and go through it anyway, because that is the midah of a Yid. That is what a Jew must do. Every single instance of Avram Avinu's life, he had 10 nisyonis from the beginning of his life to the end. And every single one was fraught with distress, with despair, with hard situations, hard decisions. But he passed every single one of them because he just kept going. And that is what we have to learn from our forefather Avram Avinu, the first Jew, that we can learn what a Jew is. And that is that we can transcend any obstacle in our way. Anything that comes to harm us, comes to fight us, comes to destroy us, we will persevere and last through it, because that's what we are made of. And that is the lesson that we learn from Avram Avinu. And in fact, this comes from Reb Meir Shapiro himself, who himself founded the Daf Yomi movement, which is such a major movement that nobody would have thought of it. But he thought of it, and he pushed and he persevered until now thousands and thousands of people are learning Daf Yomi every single day, because we persevere, we do what we have to. And that is also very appropriate to the current situation in Eretz Yisrael. We fear that there may be a ground invasion and there may be chas v'shalom more loss of life, but we have to realize HaKadosh Baruch Hu is our Father. He is controlling the stars in the heaven that He showed to Avram Avinu. He controls everything in this world. And we, the descendants of Avram, have to do our best in learning Torah, davening and tefillah, doing more chesed. And on the front lines, we will be zeiche to the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu B'mher V'yameinu Amen. Have a beautiful Shabbos.